but I'm going to turn the thing around the other way. It's easier just to walk, laugh, and talk. Although in the future I'll probably show my face more. I might set it up in the tripod and just sit in front of the phone and tripod and talk about different things. I know it started lightning for a little bit. It's been doing that all even. Me and Brian didn't finish those last few yards because of that. It's interesting. Still starting lightning a little bit. Well, I'll wait until, well, I can't say I'll wait until a few people join in, because if I wait until people join in to say anything, it might take up to 5 minutes. If I sit there for like a few minutes and not say anything at all. Now that's interesting. There's a random grill sitting on the top of that picnic table down there. I just noticed that. That picnic table's been there for years. It's actually starting to rot away. I'm surprised that random grill sitting on top of it. I think that's somewhat recent. I was trying to let Mike know I was going to do a live stream in case he wanted to show some stuff off in the restaurant, because he said if I did, he wanted me to include a table. But he kept getting phone call after phone call. Hello, Gene A. Ventus. Hadn't seen you in almost a minute or two. How you doing? He just happened to go by when I was actually about to start the live stream. We talked for a minute. Oh, by the way, give everybody a heads up. I can't make any promises, but I may or may not go to Thurman tomorrow and do a live stream. The only reason I say, because it depends on the weather. If it don't stop storming and pouring down the rain tomorrow, even, but I ain't going to set a time, because if I do go, I don't even know what time I'd go. It'd be in the evening. Oh, by the way, A's department store is still for sale. It was the antique store at A's for years. In the future, I promise I'll try to start setting a date and time for some live streams. I can't do it for all of them. A lot of them, for the time being, might just be random like this, just because I'm so busy all the time mowing and weed eating. Although me and Brian would have got all those yards done if I hadn't done a lightning. We had like 4 little yards we was going to do after we done all those big yards. Oh well, at least we got all the biggest yards we do done this week, along with a lot of others. So what inside this looks like. It's Ace department store from 1933 to 1997. And then I'm not sure what year they opened up as the antique store, but it's Antiques at A's for many years. And then a couple of years ago, Lynn and the sister decided to shut it down. So, hello everybody. Well, that's a good question. Where's everyone located? I guess what state you live in would be cool to know. Nope. There's a lot of people live in Mount Hope, so they can't call Mount Hope a ghost town. Although a lot of people call Thurman a ghost town, I think there's like 5 or 6 people that live there. I'm not sure how many of them live there year round. Oh, this is interesting. They're not open yet, but the King's Daughter's fabric shop. I'm going to go check it out when they get open. Be cool to see. See, I think they've seen my YouTube video, so they may actually want me to do a little video for them. I remember that was a laundromat many years ago. I remember the movie theater being open too. I can't remember what year the movie theater shut down, but I remember it being open as a kid in grade school. The other town. The for sale sign's still there, but somebody actually bought it from Dean and Doug, and they decided to not do anything but let it sit and fall down. But I'd like to point out that the issue, something I've noticed almost every small town like this, you get people that buy these old run-down buildings and all they do is sit on them. They do nothing else but let them sit and fall down. Although I live here in Mount Hope. Niagara Falls. One of these days I'd like to go to Niagara Falls in upstate New York. I know the buildings here in the inn here is for sale too, those 2 storefronts. Yeah, trying to think of some stuff to say. I'm just really tired more out. Me and Brian mowed a lot today in that heat. Yeah, this is in Mount Hope is in southern West Virginia here in Fayette County. I'm glad we got all the yards done we got done today, so that's a plus. Oh, by the way, the train went by a couple hours ago, but I didn't get it on video. See Mike's over there getting stuff ready for the smoker. I was going to go live at 7, but that's how I come in and get me the pulled pork barbecue meal, which I do get from time to time. Of course, my favorite thing is the brisket Philly. I've been doing the brisket Philly a lot lately at Virginia. I've made a lot of trips to Virginia the past few years because I've been trying to hike the whole state of Virginia on the Appalachian Trail. Of course, there's a couple of places in Virginia that I know it's great rail fading, like Norfolk Southern, Christiansburg sub. Yeah, Mount Hope's here in West Virginia. I'll go back in a minute. See, I'm at 6 minutes. I don't think I'll be live for more than 20 minutes, 30 at the most. I'm going to try to do at least 20 minutes. Yeah. Police chief is sitting in his car right now. Oh, by the way, this grass of, I guess you could say, weeds is getting watered. I met someone in the city workers earlier. They just started doing this recently. Also, I'd like to point out that the grass and the sidewalks, the city's tried so hard to get rid of this. I think multiple times this year they've managed to spray and kill the weeds, but they've come back because of the non-stop rain. We might actually, the second full week all year, we might get 2 full weeks of no rain here in Mount Hope. Because I think it was 1 week in May that didn't rain at all for the whole week. But every week we've got some rain. Some weeks it's rained almost every day, and some weeks it's just rained 1 or 2 days. So if it don't rain tonight or tomorrow, you could say 2 full weeks since spring has begun that it's not rained. Because ever since it's warmed up, it's rained almost every day. Which I like to point out is unusual for this area. Yes, usually March and April is pretty rainy, but not to this extent. Even the whole first half of June it rained like crazy. I know they were walking on a storm drain here the other day. Only 1,300 people? I thought it was a little bit less than that. There's quite a few people that live here at the Bank of Mount Hope. Well, it's PCP Bank now, Pennington Community Bank. But I remember when it was Bank of Mount Hope, and then they changed the name. Well, Mike's not connecting. Still there? Mate, well, no, what happened? I didn't know what happened. I just lost everybody. I guess this would be considered the East Coast, east of the Mississippi. I know the constant thunder and lightning is kind of... Sorry, I don't know what happened to everybody. It's just... I think I lost signal for a minute. I think that happened to Thurman, which I will apologize. Well, let me sit down and turn this back to my face. I will apologize for getting woke up in Thurman the other day. I had some trolls going carrying on. Although I noticed they're not there tonight, so that's definitely a blessing. But to make a long story short, they got me a little too worked up, and I realized something. Anybody that's, if you follow me on the live stream while I was talking, you can see what's said, but anybody that follows me afterwards, they're not going to see the live side because where everybody's talking now, that does not show up in the replay. So people watch the live stream afterwards ain't going to see that. So they're not going to know what in the world I'm talking about and doubt. So make a long story short, I just need to completely ignore them because it's just crazy. Got more people in this town. It's one of the ways I want to apologize because I realized how I guess say how much I got worked up. Of course, in the future live streams you hear like non-stop bleep 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 bleep. It's that group which is muted right now, but that Facebook group, they're constantly texting about something. They never stop. I don't know why. It's like 2, 3 in the morning I'll hear them carrying on about stuff. And I don't know what they're talking about half the time. This is the Facebook group I'm part of. So, that's crazy. Oh, by the way, I'm in the process of getting everything set up properly where you could donate to a Patreon if you want to donate to my channel. I thought I had it set up properly already, but I had some issues with the bank information, which I think I'll try getting next day to get all that taken care of. There's a lot going on. I thought I had it set up. Well, technically you can still donate, but until I get that set up properly, yeah, maybe tomorrow I'll finally get set up. Make a long story short, this morning when I was online trying to do the online banking thing, I kept getting kicked off. Was leaking, forgot what was going on either. It's something to do with the actual website itself. This happened the one morning I had only less than an hour to work with that before I had to go to work. It's the one morning that the whole website decided to be goofy and not work right. Oh well. I'll get that set up. Makes a funny story though. I know that. Let me turn back around here. Yep. I keep thinking it's going to storm. Here's the table. I said they done locked everything up for the day. But I point out the hours. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday closed. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 11 to 8. Sunday, 11 to 6, although Mike says it's going to change the time. Okay? If I don't accidentally drop my phone. Well, I think Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, they're keeping the same time, so I think Sunday they might change the opening time. But if you're in the area, well, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they're closed. Naturally, I like to point that out. But if you happen to be in the area, well, if you live in the area, you can come here and eat. If you happen to be in the area on vacation, remember the table, Mount Hope, West Virginia. Great place to eat. I walk down here a lot of times, just for the simple fact I live here in town, and I can walk to this place. Yeah. Looks like Mike's trying to get both smokers going. Okay, somebody threw grass. That was definitely not me. We did not throw the grass there. I like to get him to demonstrate this smoker because they just recently, probably a couple months ago, got it in. Old Hickory Pits. I don't think that company's in, I don't know if that company's still in business or not. I know he had to try, I'm trying to remember what state he said he got this. It's somewhere out in the Midwest. I can't remember where he got that. The other one's the boiler from the old steam engine that used to run up and down the branch line here. I'm just kidding, that's not a steam engine boiler. Although it does look like it, the older one. Yeah, I'm surprised it ain't stormed. It's thunder and lightning like crazy the past few hours, and it did that yesterday too. Mr. Pozek, billion more people in this town. Okay. We buy gold, silver, and good broke scrap. That's when the pawn shop used to be here. I need to ask Mike about that because he's wanting to get this place open too. At some point, he's going to have this place going. I think if he hasn't locked the door, I'll do a little video. I wanted to let him know I was going to do the live stream, but every time I try to say something, he had another phone call. I remember the day that happened. That happened to me one day, and I was so irritated that day because I've been having some health issues. I go to the doctor to get checked out, and they're supposed to give me a call about the lab results for the blood work to let me know what's going on after they get the test results back. And that morning, everybody's called me. I had so many people call me. I normally don't have that many people call me in less than 2 hours. I think half the people I'm friends with call me in less than 2 hours. And that's the crazy part. I very rarely get that many phone calls at once. Well, didn't mean to do that, but hello everybody. I did not mean to hit the button and spin myself around. Well, yeah. Yeah, let's in here for a minute. Trying that last stream I tried to do earlier.
You what?
I was doing my last stream on YouTube I tried to do earlier.
You doing one now?
Yeah. I pointed out the smoker, but I want to go back there unless they want to demonstrate it. Yeah, they're closed for the day, but thought I'd point this out real quick. I thought we were starting to pop in for a second, then I'm probably going to end here in a minute and go home and get ready for bed. Yeah, they sold all the desserts today except for a few cookies. For those of you from the area already know this. I'd like to point that out. But those of you not from the area don't know this. That restaurant that came in, that was Giuseppe's for years, a nice little Italian restaurant for nearly 30 years, actually over 30 years, run by the Vermessa family. I've been friends with the Vermessa family for a long time too. Of course, Janice passed away and went home to be with the Lord somewhat recently, the past few months, probably a couple months ago now. But her and her husband started that long time ago, back in the late 80s, I think. If memory serves me right, I was told 1989. Of course, now it's the table. Seen up selling it for Mike and Jennifer, who run it now, and they turned it into a restaurant called The Table. Well, they got excellent barbecue. My favorite meal there is the brisket Philly. I'm always getting that. But I think I'm going to talk to Mike for a minute too. I'll probably get into the live stream here. I just want to do something. I promised a few of my friends that I was going to do a live stream tonight, and they were waiting to see it and see how it goes. Oh, before I end this, two things I'd like to point out. One, I am going to try my best to do something tomorrow evening at Thurman. I'm not going to set a time, but tomorrow, Friday, I should say, for those who watch afterwards. Well, those is watching now, by the time people see that replay, that live stream will probably be up too. Number two, if you get a minute, check out some of my videos. I got a lot of videos on. One, I think everybody enjoys the one I titled 1827 on a coal train. Well, let me do this way. The one I titled 1827 on a coal train, that's the Baltimore and Ohio headers, on the lead of a loaded coal train. For some reason, that didn't get that many views, but it got some. Of course, I also got a couple Thurman videos. I got one that just came up recently. It probably came up around the same time I was starting the live stream, so I was scheduled to go up at 8, and I started the live stream a few minutes after 8. But I thought I'd just point that out. But if you do have time to watch more of my videos, take the time to watch and help. Hey, the watch time helps me in YouTube. The watch time helps my YouTube algorithm and helps me grow. And today's the 26th. So if you see this after the fact, it's Friday the 27th is when I would be doing the one in Thurman. Just in case you see this, just for the people who watch this weeks or months down the road, Friday, June 27th is the day I'll be trying my best to do a live stream in Thurman. Of course, last time I think I kept getting kicked off the internet because I didn't have the best signal. But thanks for watching, everybody. I just wanted to try at least 20 minutes just so I could do the live. Hold on. Well, look.